All right. Well, first of all, I'll introduce myself a little bit. My name is Jereme Montgomery. I'm the business development manager for Stevens and Smith Construction. We are a concrete contractor here in Lincoln. We also do we also general contract a lot of apartment complexes that we manage ourselves. We're employee owned, but we do anything from footings, foundations, flat work, decorative, patios, polished concrete, gypcrete, floor coatings. I mean, you name it. If it's got concrete in it, that's what we do. So, Pam, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yep, I'm Pam Magner. I am a certified kitchen and bath designer, also the general manager for Reynolds Design and Remodeling. We are a residential remodeler specializing in kitchens and baths, and I've been doing this for 29 years.
And let me ask you something, Pam. What did your parents want you to be when you were growing up?
And it wasn't just my parents, it was my advisors in both high school and college. I was supposed to be a doctor. That's what everybody told me I was supposed to be.
Right. And since you made that switch from being a doctor to what you're currently doing, have you ever regretted it?
No.
Your decision?
Not at all.
Not at all, huh? Well, that's here.
Yeah, I love being able to get up in the morning and not dread what I have to do for the next 8 hours.
Well, you know, there's an old saying, if you enjoy what you do, you'll never work another day in your life.
That's true.
My story is a little different. Mine started in 5th grade when I was a little hoodlum. I was a vandal. I had too much time on my hands. My mom worked 2 jobs, and I was out running around the neighborhood, stealing bikes, breaking windows, and my grandfather said he had enough. And every day after school, I had to go work with him for a company called Cherry Hill Construction, and we cleaned up a lot of the residential sites. We soaked utility ditches. We built retaining walls, and every day after school, I just hated him for it because I thought he was punishing me for all the things I did. And when really, in all actuality, he was teaching me work ethic. And to this day, I'm very thankful for that. So that's kind of our stories of how we got into the industry. But I'll turn it over to Pam for the next couple slides.
Yeah. So we are with the Careers in Construction Committee with Home Builders Association of Lincoln. And our purpose is to create career awareness for the next generation of construction professionals. And so we're here to get started on fulfilling that purpose. And so for our 2021 goals, one of the goals that we set out to create was create content for the promotion of careers in construction, which includes podcasts, videos, virtual tours, trade-related social posts. And this has been really important with COVID because you can't get out and do things in person.
And I gotta say, I'm a little impressed with his mustache there. Wish I could grow one like that. And just like Pam said, what we're trying to do is just create some more awareness of the trades that are out there. And yesterday we gave this same presentation to Southeast High School, and I added these next 5 slides because I felt like we were missing something. And I usually have a top 10 list of reasons to pursue a construction career. I narrowed it down to 5 of my top reasons to pursue a career in construction just for the sake of time. But I think these are the things that you will not hear from your advisors. You will not hear from your counselors. You will not hear this from your parents unless they're in construction. So these are things that, these are my reasons to pursue a career in construction based on just being in the industry. Number 5, I'm going to say cool toys. I remember bringing home a skid loader one time when I live in a cul-de-sac and I knew it was going to snow. My kids were young. They were probably 4 or 5 years old. And they hopped on my lap to plow snow with these skid loaders. And they just thought that was the coolest thing they've ever done. And I don't know where we go wrong from thinking that stuff is cool to, hey, you want to avoid this type of a career. No, I just don't know what went wrong. Number 4, it's a skill. I mean, it's a skill that nobody can take from you. As you start to learn different trades in the construction industry, you're going to start to learn skills. And even if you leave that company, that's something that you take with you. I was trying to add up last year how much I spent in my lifetime, or how much I saved in my lifetime, just changing my own toilets, remodeling my own kitchen, building my own deck, pouring my own patio. I guarantee you I probably saved $100,000, if not more, just by doing things myself, because I have such skills. Number 3 reason, I think, is opportunity. Sky's the limit, I think, in construction. Yeah, there are a lot of people in the construction industry who are going to lean on a shovel their entire lives and just be laborers. But if you have drive, if you have passion, if you have good character, opportunity is there for you to just move up the ladder on a lot of these things, whether you're just coming up through the ranks on the School of Hard Knocks, a 2-year college, or even a 4-year college. Opportunity, there's just a lot of opportunity in the construction industry to succeed. Number 2, I think camaraderie. I don't know about anybody in this classroom, but I was on a lot of sports teams growing up. One of the things I remember the most is the camaraderie that I had with a lot of my teammates. And I think that construction allows for kind of that same atmosphere. I mean, I was a wrestler, and during wrestling practice, we used to just give each other crap all practice, and it was all fun and games. But those are, they're almost nearly like my brothers. It's just a close-knit family. So I think when you work really hard together, I think that's a good way to build that camaraderie. And number 1 reason is pride. It's one thing to be able to build something with your hands, to be able to step back a little bit and admire what you built. That's pride. I don't know if you guys ever built little birdhouses in 5th grade or whatever, where you got to take them home to your parents because you were so excited for them to see what you built. I'll take that to a level of a building or a bridge or a home. And then to be able to drive past it 20 years later and brag to your family that you had a stake in that building or that house. All right, now we got some people coming in. Right when I'm getting all warmed up here, welcome to the club. So we started doing a lot more things in this committee to create more construction career awareness. One of those is videos. Here's a nice little 60-second clip of a carpenter doing some trim work in a house that is absolutely amazing. And the craftsmanship of this ceiling that he's working on is actually dumbfounding. It's pretty sweet. So let's just check this out. I hope the sound works.
My name's Brad Sebi, and I'm a lead carpenter. Growing up, I had a friend's dad that was in construction. I helped out from time to time, and I always had a desire to build and construct things. What I enjoy most of my job is probably the variety. I know going to the job site every day will be a little different and never get in a rut doing the same things. Advice I'd give to anyone getting into the construction industry would be sample the trades, get a feel for what you're interested in, and be sure to take pride in your work.
That's pretty sweet. I mean, that last question that I asked him was, what advice would he give people getting into the construction industry? And he said, take pride in what you do and take a sample of all the different trades. I mean, you guys are way too young to pretty much understand which direction you're going to go in life. I know it didn't hit me till I was about, 25 years old when I actually found out what I wanted to do and what I was passionate about. But let's take a listen here to Sarah Olson. She's an architectural and interior designer.
My name is Sarah Olson. I am an architectural and interior designer. My start in interior and architectural designing was when I went to Southeast Community College and acquired my associate's degree in architectural drafting. I also went to the university and got my interior design degree, and then went into construction following that. What do I enjoy most about my career is there is never a dull moment. The advice I would give to women if wanting to go into construction is don't let the stereotypical gender roles dictate what you are passionate about.
Yep. Don't let those stereotypical gender roles dictate what you're passionate about. So if there's, I don't know, even know, we got any females in the audience today? That's because that is great advice. Great advice. So some of these other things, instead of, for the sake of time, I don't want to show all the videos, but here's Jared Homer, the mustache guy. And when I asked him what did he enjoy most about his career, it was instant gratification. You know, at any point he can step back and see that he's accomplished something. And again, that's the pride factor I was talking about. What about Justin Kreifels? What does he enjoy most about his career? Having a sense of accomplishment when you've been a part of building something that's going to last forever. I mean, again, sounds like pride to me. What about Kelly Fleek? What advice would she give women who want to pursue a career in construction? Be determined, have self-confidence, and pay attention to all the small details. Another one that we've been doing is doing some podcasting to reach out to the next generation of construction professionals. And on this podcast, we promote people basically. And here's an episode that we did interviewing Stan Haas. Now, Stan Haas, he is the Skilled and Technical Science Coordinator for the Lincoln Public Schools. So I believe, Scott, you talked to Stan quite a bit because you fall under this STS, this class falls under the STS group. So let's just listen to 60 seconds of what Stan Haas has to say of what's offered in LPS in regards to skilled and technical sciences. But there's a lot more to STS than just shop. There's AutoCAD, welding. What else do they got in there?
We fall under 4 clusters from what the State Department has for us, and that is science, technology, engineering, math. It's basically engineering. We have architecture and construction, they lump together, manufacturing and transportation. So like under the engineering side, we have our CAD courses, engineering. It might be civil engineering and architecture combined together. We then go into robotics. They also have automotives and small engines, and we've expanded all of those programs of late with new equipment and dual credit with Southeast Community College, right, which has been a huge one. Of course, then we've always had machine tool, welding, woods, which is kind of the segue into the construction, and we also have an introduction to construction class. Mm-hmm. And of course, for years, Northeast has been building a house and a residential one.
Yeah, so, you know, when Stan's talking about there, it may not all be offered there at your school, at your facility, but within LPS and the middle schools and all the high schools, you know, there's a lot of rumors out there that think shop class is being taken away from public schools, and I think it's the complete opposite. I think we're ramping back up because society understands the importance of skilled and technical sciences such as construction. Pam, sorry I got so long-winded there. I'll step off.
That's okay.
And it's all
one of our other goals is to host our 3rd annual Construction Career Day. That I don't know how that's going to work with COVID. Nobody knows what the future is going to hold for that. But really, the Career Day is the best way to get out and talk to people and get your hands on with just a little bit of experience. Jereme can talk more about what that was like this last year. Well, the previous year.
Yeah. Well, we obviously couldn't have it back in 2020 for obvious reasons, but this is a video from 2019, at least I hope it is, 2019, where we had about 250 20 Lincoln Public School students show up. We were at Southeast Community College. It was about the third week in March. We send a bus to your high school. You guys load up, you come out, we feed you lunch. This year, we're hoping to have it in March or April again. Again, that's all kind of pending what happens with this pandemic. But we have about 20 exhibitors every year that come in, and they kind of set up their heavy equipment or their stations, whether it's DeWalt tools, you know, where you get to actually touch and feel all the cordless tools. There's us, Stevens & Smith, where you actually pour concrete, place it, stamp it, color it. Here they're making planter boxes. You got IBEW and the electrical guys out there. Constructors is bringing out all their big scrapers. You get to get in these pieces of equipment and check out all their controls. Most of them you get to actually operate. I don't think they're going to let you take off in that scraper though. But check that out for Watts Electric, getting sky high in a boom truck. Samson had a lot of technology type things to check out. I mean, we put a lot of work into this to create awareness of all the different things that's going on as far as construction careers. But hopefully we'll be able to do this again come in March or April. I'm trying to get it moved out to the Lancaster Event Center so that we can push it just a little bit more into late spring. So let's see here. Last but not least, Pam?
Yes, our third goal is to bridge the knowledge gap between Home Builders Association and the trades, and then the public and private schools. What we want to do with that, we have some expectations that we want to share with not just your instructor, but also the students, so that you hold us accountable. That expectation number one is to be the point of contact between home builders and local schools to bridge that knowledge gap. We want to provide experience and just information as needed when you have things come up in your curriculum that maybe you don't have as much experience with. Also, the next one, to include at least one appearance to present awareness of construction careers and trades in the industry, either virtual or in person, depending on what's allowed. We want you to be as informed as possible as you make your career decisions, or even as you're exploring careers. And then to offer a job site tour of a home in the process of being built. And that, again, virtual or in person, depending on what's allowed. And that's just really important, so you can see things with your own eyes. It's really easy to talk about how something was done, but it's much better to see it and sometimes even feel how something was done.
Yeah. Perfect point. I hope we really can do this in person soon. If not, I don't think it's out of the realm with the technology that we have to walk around with a camera. You guys sit in your class and we kind of explain things if that's what we got to do. All right, I'm back on my soapbox. I'd like to share a couple more slides with you before I let you go. And this is a quote by a guy by the name of Mr. John Wooden. Now, I don't know if you guys are into basketball or if you know who John is, but he's got an awesome quote that I'd like to share with you guys. John Wooden was a basketball coach, a college basketball coach. He won 10 national titles in a 12-year stretch. Seven of those championships came in a row, which nobody's even come close to achieving that since then. I think he was late 50s, early 60s, so way before I was even thought of. But he says he believes that ability can get you to the top, but it takes character to keep you there. I'm gonna read that again, because if you leave with anything that we talked about today, I want you to remember this quote, and that is, I believe ability can get you to the top, but it takes character to keep you there. Now, I know what you're thinking, Jeremy, what the heck are you talking about on character? Well, I'm talking about positive attitude. I'm talking about being reliable and dependable. You know, showing up early to work, having a sense of urgency, being a team player, having a willingness to learn. All these different character traits is what we're looking for in our employees. You know, skill can get you hired, but character can get you fired. And we say that all the time, and that's usually what it is. We rarely ever terminate someone because they have poor skill. We always terminate somebody because they have bad character. Maybe they didn't show up to work every day. Maybe we couldn't depend on them. Maybe they weren't a team player. Maybe they just had a really bad attitude every day. I mean, we have got to make sure that we detect some of that stuff and get rid of it before it spreads among crews. But and the other thing about these types of characters is it doesn't need to be taught. These are all the things that you can just simply do by will. It doesn't take skill to have a positive attitude, you know, or to be reliable, dependable. And you can do all this now. You don't have to wait till you get into the to your careers. You know, you can be early to class, dependable in class. I mean, it goes on and on. But I always like to stress this because I know that success comes from 80% character, 20% ability. And I will say, I think your definition of success and my definition of success are probably miles apart. But the path to success always includes hard work and good character. And this is our last slide of the day. I'd like to thank Pam. I'd like to thank the class. I'd like to thank the instructor for allowing us to take your time today. I know, especially this semester, time is critical. And I just wanted to say we appreciate having the opportunity to hang out with you guys today. Do we have any questions?
Anybody have any questions? Please do. Any career questions or?
I will say, Scott, I'll follow up with an email and I'll send you some links to our careers and construction page that has all those videos, that has all the podcasts. It also has links to HBAL members and their job boards. Yesterday, we had a good question from one of the students is how can they get hired in construction today as they're still in school? Well, there's a little requirement out there called child labor laws. And because it's a dangerous occupation, we cannot hire anybody under the age of 18. But Lincoln Public Schools has what they call a worker learner program. It's a summer class that you get 9 credit hours for. You just sign up for summer school, the worker learner program, and then we are able to hire you. And there's a lot of exemptions under those child labor laws that allow us to get 16, 17-year-old students out there in the field. So I didn't see it on their curriculum yet, but I'm sure it's pretty early to have all the summer classes listed right now. So when that day comes,
Jereme,
we'll forward it to you.
yeah, Jereme, you get paid for that, right?
Oh yeah, you get paid big time. I think we started off our high school kids off at $12 or $13 an hour. So that's not bad. And we can't work you more than 40 hours a week, but 40 times 12 is a nice little paycheck. We had a kid from East and a kid from Norris make over $3,500 that summer. One kid bought a nice little Chevy pickup, bragged to all his friends while they were out swimming in the swimming pools all summer. But he had a nice little truck at the end of his time, so he was pretty proud of that.
I was gonna say thanks for having us.
Yeah, and remember, if you want to do this again with somebody specific in the industry, maybe a plumber or an electrician or whoever, don't hesitate to give us a call, and maybe we'll look for some tours, and I'll keep you posted on the construction day, careers and construction days. So thanks for having us.
Good. Thank you.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks, Pam.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.